All right. So I'm gonna start a Wretch. I think I want to do a chick. And we're gonna do obviously a lore accurate confessor from a Wretch, and I'm gonna try and stay region locked. This is just for fun. This isn't anything like, you know, serious. I'm just gonna goof around. I am gonna try and like solo bosses though. I think it's interesting to like see, to really like test a build kind of, you know? And again, like I'm not like super sweaty as a player. I'm okay. I think I'm okay at this game, but like I do like coming up with build concepts that are based around, you know, limited palette, kind of like a restriction. So I wanted to do a lore accurate confessor because I noticed that, what do we want to be? I like the idea of being an aristocrat. I noticed that when I first started the game, I played as a confessor, and the more lore I read, the less the starting gear made sense. Well, as far as like the broadsword and stuff, like, you know, and especially when you fight an invader for Volcano Manor, Raleigh the Idol, that is a confessor. He's using like the scorpion tail knife, and he is using a crossbow, Creepus's crossbow. But you know, when I first played him, I thought like paladin kind of stuff. I thought like nuns with guns kind of a thing, but they're actually assassins for the two fingers, which is really interesting to me, anyways. And they are known for using twin blades. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna stick pretty lore accurate. Also, I'm only gonna use two fingers incantations, which is wild because when I looked into that, I think there are a grand total of 0 offensive incantations. But I want to try and think about how an assassin would approach every fight, right? Which makes it feel a little bit more like The Witcher, honestly, where you had to like do the research and then actually like engage with like whatever you were doing. So anyway, just gonna get started. I like the idea of an aristocrat. I think that's kind of cool. Let's do Jean. I like that name quite a bit. Obviously Golden Seed. Let's give her some different hair though. Wow, you can't do like blackish brown. That's fine. This like red is cool, actually. No clouding. I mean, we're all good. Okay. I wish we had like a meaner face. That's cool. Yeah, let's do this one. Yeah, I like this one, actually. Okay, cool. We're all good. Sick. Let's start, I think. I think that's it. Yeah, good enough. All right, so obviously, if we try to stay... The reason I'm doing region locked isn't like for some kind of challenge or anything. It's to kind of like try to see what I can get from the opening area to like assemble the closest thing to a confessor, right? So we obviously can't run to Altus to get the confessor's outfit. Although the second we're there, we're definitely going to grab that and probably never look back. I can't imagine we would ever wear something else after that. But I'm thinking twin blade. I don't know. We'll probably wing it. Definitely finger seal, but that means getting to... I don't know if I want to fight every single boss either. I don't know like what I'm doing yet as far as like how much I care about this. Like, but I did want to like basically get a confessor together in a way that feels lore accurate. Nice. I'm gonna do this because I want the emote. Plus, I just want to like vibe for a sec. Whoa. But yeah, the lore isn't really specific about some of the methods that they would use. But I'm just gonna think like an assassin. When I first played, I didn't think like actual assassin, but like you think about what an assassin is. There's someone that's trying to kill someone specific without being found out, right? It's like they're hired to do it, but they're not supposed to just like, you know, I don't know. And I think of the two fingers as a different kind of leadership than say like the Golden Order, right? The two fingers represent the greater will. And that's all you would listen to. You would listen, that's it. You would listen to the fingers of the greater will, and that's it. And the fingers want you to, the greater will wants one thing out of the tarnished. And that is to lay low the shard bearers and reclaim the Elden Ring, right? So like, I don't know, I just was like thinking about if you woke up as a confessor, you wouldn't, you're not gonna do Ronnie's thing. She's trying to kill the two fingers, right? That's not happening. And like, you would fully support America's indictment because it was decreed by the greater will, right? So like there's just stuff that like I don't know, I just didn't really think about that's like, man, you would be really like, I don't want to say dogmatic, but you'd be devoted to whatever it is that they're after, right? You wouldn't really care about any of the other stuff that's going on in the world. You would work outside. I don't know. I just think that's so cool. And like, I feel like there's a little bit of lore about Creepus too, about him just being this like quiet part of the round table. And it's like, you would just support whoever the fingers told you to in that moment. You think about how the greater will like abandoned America. They, like a lot of stuff was abandoned by the greater will, right? And so you would kind of abandon the same stuff. I don't know. I just think that's kind of sick. It gives you this laser like focus, right? You wouldn't really care about the Mogwin dynasty. There's just all this shit. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna get, well, let's get all this talking out of the way. Do we care about Vade? I mean, we're region locked, right? So we might as well just do the stuff here. I do have like a setup run that I like to do. That's all like Limgrave and Weeping Peninsula. So I'll probably do that. I don't know, we'll see. Just to get us like set up enough to like buy an armor set, wield the twin blade, have maybe like 15 vigor. Nice. But it's like, there's a lot of shit that we don't have to worry about, like, caring about. I feel like we could probably... I think one thing I would want is probably defensive talismans, like actually like the Flame Drake talisman, the Howling Drake talisman. I think I'll grab those for sure. Because I think you're going to be kind of like glass cannon-y, right? With a twin blade? Would I do bleed? I don't know. I don't think I should bother with the points in arcane. I think if I remember right, the first twin blade is 18 dex to wield. That's pretty high for early stuff. We're not going to do like Blythe's thing. I think we just don't give a shit, right? Eventually I'm going to have to like start looking up what I'm going to grab in what area. So let's do this. Definitely. Probably the pots, honestly, too. I could see a world where we would employ the use of pots for specialized things, right? As an assassin, definitely. Like putting something to sleep, for sure. Poison, all day. Bleed, I don't know. That doesn't feel like the same thing as, like, you know, using the exact grease to start a fight, right? Like... What, buddy? What's up? Come here. All right. Oh, for crying out loud, dude. Okay, let's get horse. I don't think I'm gonna summon. Like spirit ashes. I just don't see, like, I don't know. I want to try the build without that. I love the idea of like all defensive spells though, when you think about also like some kind of obfuscation, right? You have Assassin's Approach, you have Shadow's Lure. Darkness. I think darkness is an incantation that's really slept on. I tried to use it once to test it out, and it was like, dude, the enemy you use it on just immediately forgets you're alive. They just drop aggro immediately and walk off, which gives you, if you combine that with Assassin's Approach, you can just walk up behind them and backstab them. I didn't realize Assassin's Approach, you can literally sprint up to dudes and backstab them. They won't hear you. It's so cool. And it makes me want to engage with the game in like that kind of a stealthy, like underhanded way, which I've never really done. I feel like a lot of this game is really figuring out like what the rock to someone's scissors is, you know? Which is also cool, but I like the idea of like, oh, come on. Put it on. There, just so we're not getting these weird notifications every time we fucking do something normal. Okay, here we go. Do I want anything in this camp? Probably butterflies. I might come here for that. I could see a world where we would use fire pots from like cover. It's weird, I don't really mess with pots that much, but I feel like if you're like an assassin specifically, you're gonna want to use weird tactics like that to like really give yourself an edge. Okay, let's talk to Ronnie. But yeah, the thing she says here would be like repugnant to us. I wonder when the tarnished will tire. Obeisance to the two fingers. I would be like, how dare you? Or we could just use the ash, although, nah, I'm not going to use that stuff. Yeah, never. Okay, so let's think what we're gonna get here. We definitely want probably all the like crafting stuff too, right? I would definitely use crystal darts on those dogs to make them fight each other, right? I think most of the time you'd stick to like pots, throwing knives, and greases though. I don't see a world where you would really, I don't know, I gotta think about it. Which is fun. Alright. Yeah, see it, dude. Okay, so we'll talk to her, and then I think what I want to do is probably, since we're region locked, we're not going to run up and get miners smithing bell bearing or whatever, the one for smithing stone 1s and 2s. We'll actually get ground loot ones. There's actually like 13 or 14 smithing stone 2s in Limgrave. Oh, let's get to daytime so we're not having to fuck with nighttime enemies. All right. So, Blessed Dew Talisman for sure. Any kind of Erd Tree shit. For sure. Any kind of Erd Tree shit. Blessed Dew Talisman, Erd Tree's Favor. Definitely. Fire Grease recipe from this camp. I'm not going to grab it right now. Do we bother with Bach? I mean, he's part of the story, right? What's really cool is Cure Poison is one of the 2 fingers sorcery or incantations. That actually comes in handier than you might think. Though we're not going to get Flame Cleanse Me though for rot. That's bad. We'll have to make the boluses, which is like whatever. That's fine. Whoa. Grab that. Let's actually just grab this while we're here. Or actually, no. No, we'll come back and actually clear that camp out. I think we'll actually, like, fight stuff for a little while. I'm not very good with twin blades. And they don't make enemies flinch the way that, like, a greatsword does or stuff, so, like, I'm sure that it's going to be completely obnoxious to try to figure out. But we'll do the setup run. I like to hit all these graveyards. Since we're, like, region locked, we're not going to kill Grail to get a bunch of runes or anything like that. We'll just hit all the graveyards. There's, like, a loop I like to do. It takes me all the way around and gets everything I want, and we'll get... I think we'll just get the chainmail set from him. Honestly, the most assassin-y, like, outfit in Limgrave is probably Patches. If we kill him. It's weird because I'm thinking about stuff like, you know, Golden Vow and like Sacred Blade, right? You know, but I'm not sure they would use that stuff. I'm thinking more of a rogue than a paladin, right? It's like a combination of the two in a weird way. But I'm not sure they would use Sacred Blade. They seem more like the type that would use Holy Pots or Holy Grease, honestly. In my mind. Or like even better, like Holy Crossbow Bolts once you get Creepus's crossbow, right? Dude, I'm psyched to get Darkness and Assassin's Approach. That's gonna be cool once we get to the... What I don't know is if region locked stops you from going to talk to Garank. Probably does, huh? Also, I don't know if region lock stops you from going back to a region after you've cleared it. Because what if you forgot something dumb, or you want it, like, you know... Just don't know, dude. Okay, so I think it'll go in this order. I could farm some armor, but I don't think so. I think we just buy that chainmail armor because it actually looks like sort of like Crusader meets Rogue anyway, especially the female version of that armor. It has like different gloves, kind of different everything, honestly. The head piece has like a point, and it's, I don't know, it's cool looking. It just looks different than the dude one. The dude one looks like a chain sleeping bag. As far as physics, I don't know. We're just gonna hit the graveyards first, and then we can figure stuff out. Because I could go crazy with the setup here. I could have grabbed like that smithing stone 2 back there with the rune bear. Not yet. Not now. I feel like we'll do that stuff in a minute. I just want to get the graveyards hit and probably Blessed Dew Talisman and the Twin Blade. And then we'll start making a checklist of other shit, because I do want Erdtree's Favor. I do want Twin Blade Talisman, honestly. Ooh, definitely this. We'll definitely use this, like, fetid pot. And then we'll probably just do sort of a natural progression through Limgrave, actually. Like, sort of an organic one. I'll go back to, like, Kale, get set up, and then be like, alright, what are we getting? I feel like we'll do it that way. That way we're actually kind of playing the video game also. Just gonna grab this golden seed while I'm here. I'll actually properly do the castle. It's weird because I could see a world where Bloody Slash would be a thing. But that's, you know what's funny is I'm not thinking like an assassin. I'm just thinking like a gamer with a twin blade, where you're like, ooh, I'm hitting multiple times, so I should probably put a status build up on it. And it's like, yeah, you're right. But I think that wouldn't really, honestly, if I'm being really honest with myself, I don't think that would fit in with what... And it also fights your stats, because you're gonna want faith. Like, you need 18 faith to cast darkness. I'm pretty sure that the faith part of these guys is gonna be just the bare minimum to cast the most demanding two fingers incantation, which is probably gonna be like Lord's Heal, I think, because you get all the heal spells, which is kind of sick for if you're fighting like Royal Revenants. You can actually burn them with some pretty hardcore heal stuff. Also, having Shadow's Lure, I'm just excited to use stuff like Shadow's Lure like more commonly, right? Or Darkness or Assassin's Approach, like those three. I feel like those are going to end up being like the big three that we use, and then we'll use Greases. But honestly, like, Cure Poison's huge. Oh man, all the fortification spells, right? Like, Haligdrake Talisman and Divine Fortification are here, so when we go fight Margit, he's not going to hit us very hard. That's kind of cool. I'm interested to see how well the defense... I know how well offensive spells work. But I'm wondering, I've never messed around with defensive stuff in like a real way in this game. But this isn't gonna be like a crazy speed run either. I'm gonna like mess with some stuff. I could do a thing where I just kill all the sharp. Actually, I should. Right? I was just thinking that I wouldn't mess with Renala for two reasons. One, she's not one of the demigods that has gone mad because of the shattering the Elden Ring, right? I mean, she has her own kind of madness, but it's not from that. And like, she just is kind of optional, and like, I don't know that I want to respect. She just doesn't feel like tied to like what I'm doing, why the goal, why the greater will brought me back, right? But Gideon says, lay low the shard bearers, right? And like, what's her name? Finger Reader Enya. She's very specific about like not feeling any kind of hesitation or remorse about engaging with the forces of the Erd Tree at this point. And she's not one of those, but she definitely falls under the umbrella of like a shard bearer and one of the main people. So I probably should kill every one of them, honestly. Now, as far as like Haligtree, do we care? We definitely want to do Volcano Manor for two reasons. One, they're squared up against the Erd Tree, and you basically do that whole quest line to like infiltrate that place and like fuck them up. Oh, let's grab Twin Blade while we're here. And this Site of Grace too, because I'm going to come back over here for sure. Yeah, maybe we just do like a full clear, honestly. I don't mind that. We might get some funny moments, and all I will do is get better and better with the Twin Blade too, which is a weapon I am like inexperienced with and probably gonna make some serious mistakes. I do know that even charged heavies with a Twin Blade will not make pretty medium enemies flinch. They won't flinch. Light attack will make normal enemies flinch from what I remember, but a charged heavy not making something like a Banished Knight flinch is like, man, that's, so it's like, what do? You know? And it's like, well, be an assassin, right? I'm interested to try Darkness on a Banished Knight. It would be cool to test that out in that first room where they trap you to get the rusty key for Stormveil, actually. That would be dope. Okay, Weaving Peninsula next. We'll get Blessed Dew Talisman for sure. That feels like the main talisman we wear, and then we'll start kind of... But I should get all the defensive talismans, definitely. Magic Drake Talisman will come in so handy. I might even just like main that while I'm running through the college. That's actually so cool, the idea that you just take less damage from like magic stuff. As far as an Ash of War, I'm gonna stick with Spinning Slash, actually, as like boring and weird as that sounds, because I think Spinning Slash actually does make pretty big enemies flinch unless they're in a weird animation, and I think it does a pretty good amount of poise damage, so that's like the way you're gonna break stance. Now, this doesn't seem like a stance breaking weapon to me. That's not something, I don't think that's something you should be focusing on the way you would with like a Great Hammer or whatever. I'm pretty sure it's all about like stick and move kind of stuff. And maybe even like getting backstabs in like for free. That's something I'm not very used to, but that seems like it could be really cool. Memory stone. I'll come back for this. We'll just do all this. The tree guardian dudes actually have a cool outfit. That feels like a rad, like, holy assassin. That's the way I gotta think about it, a holy assassin. That's so sick. And there's a poison incantation over here, but I'm not gonna grab it because that's a Kindred of Rot incantation, believe it or not. So we'll just grab this and the map. And I mean, eventually I'll probably grab it, just because I'm starting a Wretch and, like, it's, you know, New Game Plus, I can do something else with her. But, like, I'll definitely kill the Erdtree avatar up here because he drops Crystalline Bubble and the healing. That's actually, like, a really good combo for this, I think. Because I think what you want to do is be more annoying than, like, powerful, right? It'd almost be cool to not do this setup, to actually just sit at the beginning and, like, farm and stuff. Just go grab the Twin Blade and then start buying armor. That could be fun too, but whatever. We're already, like, halfway through it here. After this, it's going to be Stormhill, and then we're, like, ready to go. It would be interesting to do the Garunk thing so that I can get a seal, but I don't really have anything to cast yet because I don't think there's any Two Fingers incantations here. Oh, there is Divine Fortification. That is right here, actually. And I probably should grab that while I'm here. Maybe not. But yeah, I should probably do everything and just see. Because everything's soloable with everything, right? You could be like a naked wretch with a dagger and, like, solo, like, you know, Crucible Knight Everjail on Stormhill. Like, somebody's good enough to do that, you know? The game's designed to be doable in that way. Yeah, I feel like this would almost be a really cool outfit to farm these guys here as, like, a starter armor set. I like the chain set from Kale, though. Honestly, I've always wanted to do a build with the Guardian Sword Spear and Miquella's Rings of Light, or whatever, the thing that comes with the Halo Scythe. You can go, like, oh, man, that would be such a cool build. Honestly, the Halo Scythe itself, having bleed, is like, whoa, dude. Cool halberd. Very cool halberd. Assassin's Dagger Talismans. The red and the cerulean, that's probably great for this, because I feel like we are actually going to be trying to get crits in, like, really weird ways. I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna grab this just in case we feel like parrying. This feels like the coolest, like, thematically one. This gold one, it's so cool. I'm not a big parry dude, though. I'm not, well, I should say I'm not good at it. I haven't put the time in, that's all it is. I'm gonna have to come back through all these places. I know it. I'm just forgetting stuff. That's fine. That's not the point of this right now. The point is to get the setup, just the runes, really, and that talisman. That's really all I care about. And some smithing stones, maybe. But if I wanted to get to, like, 51 poise really quick, I could just farm this armor set from these guys and go buy the Great Helm from Kaled and just call it and run around with the Twin Blade, and that'd be really good. But I'd like the idea of, like, wearing stuff, or the fit of it, that looks like what an assassin for the 2 fingers would wear potentially. And I don't think they would wear this like gnarly surcoat with a great helm. That just feels more like paladin stuff. So do the chainmail. I might farm that guardian set actually, like kind of like right away. I might just get, all I want in the beginning is 18 dex and 15 vigor. We'll go from there. I'll probably push vigor to 20 after that, honestly. But I'm gonna need 14, 15 strength or something. I can't remember to hold Creepus's crossbow. And then, you know, faith after that. Because we can cast some pretty good stuff with 10 faith, honestly. But the real juice starts at 12 and then it goes up to 18. It might be more than that. Eventually, I'm gonna have to look up stuff on the wiki. Buy this lantern. Then we'll come back and buy the smithing stones from him. All right. Ah. Too slow, dude. Okay, we'll grab this and then head to Storm Hill and then just kind of wrap up last couple graveyards and then head to Kale and get going, get moving here. See what kind of damage we can do. All right, put that on. Yep. All right, let's go here. We also could just get just the items we need and then do boss rush. That could work too. I don't mind that. That should be close to enough smithing stone ones to get this +3. Part of me thought about using the Erd Tree incantations, because those get really good. Blessings Boon, you know. But they just don't fit with the whole assassination thing. And I get it. Like, the team that designed this game, man, they just really understand, like, the continuity of the setting. Plus, like I said, I like the limited palette. I like the idea that it's like, no, you're playing with defensive incantations, offensive weaponry with, like, kind of like ghastly, like, tricks in your bag to help with the assassination, right? Treat every encounter like an assassination and not like a sword fight, you know? Poison pots, like, yeah, dude. It's totally gonna be that kind of shit. Also, I like the idea of speccing for the fight, you know? I think that's cool. I think I am gonna buy Spinning Slash from Bernal so that I can put it on the weapon and add a damage type. I think I'll grab Strength Knot. Oh, I should have grabbed Faith Knot. I might actually go back and do that. I don't know that we care about Strength Knot, actually. It's probably going to be Dex Knot and Faith Knot, like, as far as, like, later. I think early on, though, for most of the, like, gnarly stuff, I'm going to be using the Crystalline Bubble tier and the Crimson Burst Crystal tier for most of the fights, I think. Whoa. Oh, look, he's coming. Might be more expensive than 600, actually. Might be like 1200. Let's find out. Oh yeah, 1200. It is floating my boat. I'm just broke, dude. Definitely. Then we can add whatever to it. Alright. Probably not care about Golden Vow right now. definitely gonna get Assassin's Crimson Dagger though. That's cool, man. I love that idea. That just like dawned on me. I could almost see a world where we actually use the black knife at some point, but I don't know. We'll stick with the twin blades, because honestly, what's the twin blade journey gonna look like, right? It'll definitely go normal twin blades, twin knight sword. And then maybe that black flame one? Godskin peeler, maybe? That feels a little bit heretical. But definitely the gargoyle twin blades, both of them. The blackened one too. Like they all have, they care about faith scaling. Definitely those. That's probably like the peak one until we get to Euphoria, honestly, is the blackened one. I know everyone hates it because you can't change the Ash of War, but spinning slash is nuts. Believe it or not. And a guy did a chart about that weapon in the Elden Ring community that shows it as the highest TPS in the game from a technical standpoint, and I'm like, man, that's cool. I love when a weapon just absolutely, you can feel it just being like total like aids to something's health bar, just like eats away at it in a way that's like, oh my god, dude. Do I care about Turtle Talisman? Probably not. Like, from a technical standpoint, yes. But from a flavor standpoint, I don't see why I would wear that. You think about the like significance of the turtle, and it's like blocking, like turtling up, like standing toe to toe with something and lasting. That's definitely not what's going to be happening here. This is not a like fair fight when you think about the way that a confessor is going to be working, right? Let's grab this recipe for the poison pots while we're here. That's not technically in Caelid. And if you sneak in the back, Anastasia doesn't spawn. Okay. Let's go get that. It looks like it's in Caelid, but like it doesn't say Caelid when you run in there. It doesn't do it until you cross that wall. Okay, let's grab this last graveyard. Then we'll head back to Kali. Okay. Go back to Collate. Part of me wants to get access to Round Table Hold, so I might just go fight Margit and die, honestly, because I want to buy the Finger Seal. I want to buy the Finger Seal, and I want to buy a couple of incantations. I definitely want to, like, get Assassin's Approach, and maybe even Darkness, honestly. Like, grab that book. How many... I need 3. Those were keys. One more than that. Okay, there's one here. Let's grab that really quick. And I'm only at, like, 200 runes right now, so it's not a big deal. That's one skull on the ground. And that'll give us the crossbow. That just gives us kind of the build, honestly. Then maybe we can just do boss rush, I guess? I don't know. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure if I want to do like full complete or if I just want to like do like a weird just like just only get the stuff that we need from all of Limgrave for specifically this build and then move on. And then just do it each zone that way. That almost seems like the cool thing to do. Wait, why is she talking to me right now? Oh my god, is the church actually technically in Caelid? I bet it is. Alright. Well. Okay, that's region locked then. Damn it, I thought it wasn't because it doesn't say it, but I guess I should have known the ground is different there. Brutal. We could just not use that stuff, I guess. Out of fairness. That feels weird, too. What did I pick up? It was these two. Poison Pot. Oh, man, that's good stuff. And Poison Bone Dart. And then what? Silver Pickles. Oh, that doesn't matter. But this, the Poison Pot is hot shit, dude. There's nothing left to say. Yeah, everything but these two are 2 fingers. Incantation of the 2 fingers faithful. Rejection too is kind of cool. I haven't figured out how to actually use that though, now that I think about it. I feel like every time I want to use it, I get knocked out of the animation, and I'm like, well then what fucking good is it? Other than for like knocking stuff off a cliff that you don't want to fight. That's so weird. Okay. Get a Baldekin's blessing, am I right, boys? Close quarters combat ahead. Okay, let's go down here and grab this stuff. Oh, let's talk to Hugh. He's gonna be our best friend. Okay, sick. And I'm actually gonna give these to him. I know most people would give them to Muriel, but like, it's not like I'm pushing the story in any weird ways. He's all stoked. Oh, nice. Hey, oh god, what's this? Which is really weird that he says that about that. It's specifically like two finger stuff. Those bear no whatever to the Erd Tree. That feels bizarre. Okay, so yeah. 18, 12, 12. Okay, cool. Everything else is 10. Sick. Get out of here. Oh, wait, let's talk to Ansha and get that emote. And then probably actually buy the finger seal, like right now. Yeah, you and me later. I guess maybe not, though. I don't have to do that. All that Nefeli shit. Who cares? 800. What are we at? 200. Whoops, that was way too many. I meant to do 3. Whatever. Perfect. All right. 2 Kale. And then we'll pop them all. See what's up. $20K. Oh, look at that. Cool. All right. That doesn't leave us enough to buy any armor, but whatever. Can hold that. Can hold that. Can hold that. Perfect, dude. Yes. 5. The 5 chain. Okay. 2. Okay. Charged. Oh. Oh, that's actually sick. Okay, so it's actually just about multiple hits. All right, so armor's the first thing. I could go farm some from those dudes. We actually do need to go get the Faith Knot Crystal tier. I do want that. Jesus. Dang, you can actually... Okay. So I continued the whole 5 chain through all those guys. Okay, that's actually... Okay, so that makes sense as to why... Okay, most people hate the Twin Blade Talisman because they're like, you're never going to finish a 5 chain. And it's like, I just did. What? And think about it. You get extra damage on the final hit of the chain. That probably would have killed that guy, actually, right then, instead of me having to start the chain over. I bet that's exactly what it's for. When you're engaging multiple enemies and you just keep the chain going. Dude, it's not for one enemy. Interesting. But also, who knows? I could see a world where you do more damage than a crit by doing a full chain on someone that's staggered too. Right? Maybe. Fuck do I know? Hmm. Oh. 2 hits. That's cool. Oh, is that a carry over? Yes, swinging to the left. So jumping light leads into jumping light. I should actually do this research. Jumping heavy does not lead into jumping light. What about jumping heavy into heavy? No. Okay, so sprinting light does go into, okay, sprinting heavy. Nope. Sprinting heavy and jumping heavy go into nothing. That sucks. Okay, what about rolling? Yeah, rolling light does. Whoops. Nope. Wow, rolling heavy does go into heavy. And you can do a rolling charge heavy too. That's actually quite hot. Interesting. Can you go rolling normal heavy into charge heavy? Yes, definitely. That's very cool. Okay. So backstep. Oh, damn, a stab? Dude, that's got really good reach on it. Interesting. Oh, but it doesn't finish the chain. Interesting. Backstep heavy does chain. Okay. Does it chain into light? Nope. Okay. Interesting. Weird. What a weird... That is so different than like great swords or great hammers. Okay, that's cool though. Okay, we gotta do jumping light now. I forget, yeah, jumping heavy doesn't actually chain into anything. And that's like a weird gap too of time for that, so let's not do... I feel like jumping heavy is for really specific shit. Definitely that though. Yes, much better. Wow, these guys haven't dropped anything. I feel like what we'll do is farm these guys and then go back. Every pass, I'll go back and buy one piece of chainmail from him, I guess. I don't know. That feels good. And then we'll see if we're at heavy load. Could see a world where that's true. And backstab this guy. Yup. Sick. That's how an assassin would do it, honestly. I don't think I can sneak up that thing. Man, cool. Hands first.
Wait, well, you're the howl, I suppose. Next time, don't try to examine me.
Oh, we want to buy all those recipes from him too.
Goodbye.
Medium load. Medium load. Okay, we're all good right now. Man, we look so sick. Yeah, maybe we just wear the chain stuff. That's fine. I'd have to come up with some endurance points, I think. It's completely fine, too. I feel like it's nighttime. Where are the bats? Aren't there usually bats right here? The backstab stab is so good. Does this do pierce damage? Sure does. That's totally where it's from. And the jumping heavy. I wonder what the one-handed stuff is like. Because, I mean, who knows? An uppercut and a backwards thing? Oh, that turns sideways when you charge it. Still the stab. Still the stab. Okay. Uppercut for light. Uppercut, sprinting. There's another stab. The running light is another stab. Wow, dude. You can get piercing quite a few ways out of this thing. Interesting. Very cool. That could be fun if you do need to end up like parrying stuff. Interesting. What a weird weapon. I know that people are like, oh man, never one-hand it. What a dumb thing. And it's like, dude, but they gave it like a capable moveset for one-handing. Like, let's say you actually want to carry, like, I don't know, St. Trina's torch, or just, you know, who knows? There's a lot of cool shit in this game that could go on your other hand. The buckler parry, you know, all that stuff. These dudes are stingy, dude. Stingy. Yeah, I like that it does standard damage instead of slashing, actually, because I am gonna at some point have to solo 2 Valiant Gargoyles. I don't think I've ever pulled that fight off solo, ever. And standard damage is like way better than slashing for that. There we go. Oh, sunflower. All right, that's cool. I'll turn that into a holy pot at some point. Okay. Close.
Wait, well, you're back. Goodbye.
A biggie? No. Wow, cool. Figured the crossbow would be the thing that would do it, you know? Okay, I'll kill these guys till we get to 1,000. I could just kill a troll. I'm actually kind of afraid to, with this thing at plus nothing. Yeah, so it does make normal guys flinch. That's fine. I just, oh man, I feel like I fucked around with this like once and was like, oh, that's a cool weapon, and then like nothing flinched, and I was like, what in the world? Maybe it's just like, maybe it's just banished knights are hard enemies. Maybe it's not the weapon. Are these better? Probably not. No, they weigh the same. Your poise goes down, but look at that immunity, dude. And robustness, wow. But like versus physical slash and pierce goes down by not much. Oh man, slash goes way down. Good against strike magic. Man, these are actually, man, that's actually kind of a cool suit. Depending on like what you're fighting, right? Interesting. I'm gonna stick with the chain for now. Okay, that's 1,000. All right, so next,
Always.
I want to buy these.
Goodbye.
So let's just do like enemies in the area, just normal fucking Elden Ring. Oh, am I fucking fat rolling? How? Oh, the helmet. Got it. Trying to think of what order I want to do this in. So let's get the recipes in the pots from Kale, and then let's get some incantations from Corwin, and then we'll start upgrading the weapon. I need to stop doing jump heavy. That is not a thing to do. Probably endurance first, honestly. Let's go to daytime just to get rid of the bats. Let's just do this camp. Just clear them all. Man, I wish I had Assassin's Approach. I love that you can just run up to these fools and do this. I was definitely asleep on that incantation for a while. I really need the flail. What am I doing? Being a weird completionist. That guy with a club. That was me. It would almost be cool to wear the bandit's mask with this outfit, just so that we can be light load, you know? Go, dude. Come on. Oh, yeah, dude. Being able to continue the chain. Man, that was sick. So spinning slash broke that guy's stance. It actually did. I didn't crit him. I dodged behind the other guy and critted him instead. But damn, dude. Okay, so we're going to try that on this guy too and see what happens. I'm going to try a charged heavy on him too as he's getting up. See if that's worth doing. Oh, yeah. Done. Cool. Yeah. Spinning slash makes a knight flinch, which is good. The charged heavy did make him flinch too. It's kind of interesting. Did I get the smithing thing? Yes. Cool. All right. Let's go buy the bandit's mask and see if it actually like puts us at heavy load. I'll come back to this guy and buy the rest of that shit later. Okay. Heavy load. Obnoxious. Obnoxious. Okay, let's see. Let's do this. I'm gonna do jumping heavy and see what it does on this guy. These guys have good poise too. And then I'll probably do a normal heavy. See what happens. Ooh, nothing. Okay, spinning slash. Oh yeah, that's what to use. Definitely. Cool. You just do jumping heavy into spinning slash then for these guys. Then you can do light attack to finish the horse off. Man, yeah, I'm always looking for like ways to bully stuff. Like toe to toe, and it's all about just using the right thing. Cool. Let's grab this smithing stone that's up here. How many smithing stones do I have actually? 15. I do still want to upgrade the others, like my finger seal though. I don't know why though. It's all defensive spells, right? Does that even matter? That's weird to think about. I guess there's a chance the healing spell hits harder if you're fighting stuff that dies to healing spells. I don't really know. That is a weird thing. Yeah, let's grab all this actually. In case we want to make lightning pots later. I know that's like Altus shit as far as like the recipe goes, but whatever. Cool. Oh yeah, there's actually like a St. Trina's Lily over here too. Honestly, we're just fucking around until we can get one endurance. which I think that might be close to it actually. Oh, I haven't done my physic. What am I thinking? Oh, dude. Just like that. Wow. Yeah, spinning slash is good. See if I can do it fast. Yep, you can. He did like elbow me though in the middle of that. He was like kind of not having it. All right, now this guy, I'm out of FP. So maybe we put one more thing. We're gonna do charged heavy on him. See what happens. Got him. All right, cool. Cool, that's Firetown. As far as like Greece goes, right, I think, which is good, because there's stuff. Like, honestly, Erdtree Avatar. Hell, I mean, even stuff like Godric and like... Let's get one endurance. See if that helps. Okay, for now, we can do this. Sick, dude. The Confessor we have at home. Okay. I think that's actually gonna do it for now. I'll be back on later. Thanks for watching.